In this video, we'll concentrate on Songzap's Groove Designer and walk through all of its intelligent features by laying down some ideas for a new song. Stylistically speaking, it's always a good idea to begin with an inspiring drum kit for the envisioned musical genre. So here at Songzap HQs, we've spent lots of energy recording a range of original drum sources to kick off your productions in style. Let's start by first selecting a preset beat from the 16 options available, and then moving the BPM slider to a preferred tempo. The plus-minus buttons allow for further fine-tuning of the tempo selection. 3 music time signatures are available, but we'll stick with 4/4 for this example. Having a basic beat playing, we can get a feel for the available drum kits and settle on our preferred kit. Now we can get creative with the groove pattern. By dragging and moving the kick, snare and hi-hat control dots, Songzap's interface generates musically viable rhythmic variations for each sound, whatever the position of the control dots may be. The control dots can be moved in any direction over the kick and snare areas and horizontally over the hi-hat area. Moving the kick and snare controllers horizontally adjusts the on-beat notes, and moving them vertically modifies the off-beat notes. For extra precision, single tapping the kick or snare control dots will lock the direction of travel to horizontal only or vertical only. The notation screen above the Groove Designer pads provides an instant representation of the drum patterns created in real time, which is not only useful as a drum notation and learning tool, it also doubles as a direct editing area where you can tap to create new or delete existing drum notes. Finally, the Symbol Settings button provides options to switch the hi-hat pattern into a ride or tom sound, and lets us add a crash symbol to hit on the 1 of a chosen cycle duration. All of which will be useful options as we develop our song ideas. But let's first track some live instruments using the beat we've created as a foundation. I've got a simple piano idea in mind which I'll lay down to start fleshing out a basic song arrangement. Holding down the record button on track 1 allows me to check and monitor the piano via Songzap before recording. I'm aiming at a good mono blend between the bass and treble strings. And the gooseneck phone holder allows me to angle the iPhone mic towards the sweet spot of the instrument. The gooseneck holder lets me aim the iPhone mic at the bass bridge to capture a solid tone here too. So far, we've used the Groove Designer to provide us with a single beat pattern, helping us track live performances. We'll now explore the Groove and Arrange page correspondence to set up pattern variations that support the piano and bass idea we've created. Our basic beat works well for the energetic A section, so I'll copy that into a chorus segment using the copy button. Then comes the darker B section, so I'll copy the basic beat into a verse segment, which will then modify a little. Using the cymbal settings pop-up, I'll switch the hi-hat into a right cymbal and drag the right cymbal control dot to the left to turn it 16ths into quarters. In the piano part, I then return to the A section chords, but in a rhythmically sparser way for the first half. This feels like a bit of a breakdown, so I'll copy the basic beat into a breakdown segment and reflect the gear change in the hi-hat pattern, dragging its control dot to the left until I get quarters again. In the final 4 bars, the piano and bass performance picks up pace again before hitting that final sustained chord. So I'll copy the basic beat into a chorus B segment and we can modify it for the grand finale. From the cymbal settings menu, I'll switch the hi-hat to a tom sound, and using the tom controller, I'll variate the pattern. Finally, in the notation screen area, I'll manually tap to add some more kicks on the downbeats to help support the climax. I'll also manually delete some of the resulting syncopation to make the pattern feel more realistic. Now, let's put it all together in Songzap's Arrange page. The basic beat can work as our intro, so I'll simply tap toward the right of the segment to switch duration to 4 bars. Tapping on the left of the next segment, I'll change that into a chorus section and make it 8 bars long. I'll change the next segment into a verse, making it 4 bars long. Next comes the breakdown, also 4 bars long. Tapping on the Arrange Page Plus button creates a new 4-bar section, which I'll switch into chorus B. I'll repeat the process to add one more section and change it into an end segment. The end segment comes with a hi-hat on the first downbeat, so I'll tap in the middle of the segment to open up the pattern editor and tap again to delete the hat. Now remember, there was a 1-bar hold after the first A or chorus section, so I'll add another segment. And hitting the Arrange Edit button, I'll drag it up just below the first chorus segment, making it 1 bar long. Variating the drum patterns adds rhythmic energy to the song, and it's especially recommended before tracking vocals. Let's do just that, and check out how the refined grooves work in practice. I'll revert to my stereo mic Greek rap persona and use some of the lyrics I've got lying around.
Μετά από χρόνια σε βρήκα σε τσιμεντένιο κλουβί με μια σπασμένη πλεξίδα να ψάχνεις για Ανατολή. Μου λες αν τώρα θυμάσαι την τελευταία αυγή και τώρα πια δεν κοιμάσαι τα βράδια ίδια κραυγή.
Having some fun using Songzap's mixer, I'm adding compression, reverb, EQ and panning the recordings. Switching to the mixed version. The groove patterns can always be accessed and modified, even when mixing. And finally, exporting the mix as an M4A. Check out the end result on songzap.app.